Hello and welcome back to my garage here in Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Merry Christmas everybody. Since it's Christmas week, you'll notice that they have put up our Christmas decorations in the garage. They weren't here the last time, so they must have kicked in sometime. They must have kicked in just when I loaded the game today. So we got some lights and a tree. The thing that amuses me is there is a shovel over here, snow shovel, with a great big puddle in front of it, so apparently we don't care about safety in the garage, having a big puddle of slush on the floor. So I went to the junkyard on my own hook, and I found these two cars. This one here is an Aston Martin DB5, and this is one of those cars that I will always pick up when I find one because I absolutely love this car. This color is the color that it came with. I'm not sure that any Aston Martin DB5 was ever this color in real life, but since this is the factory color and I love it, that's what it's going to be. And I have one of these in my collection already, so I don't need it. This one is $1 million car. Just over $1 million? Yeah. 1,007,000. But that one can get out the door. And then this thing over here, this is actually a in-game vanilla car, a FMW Panther. And it caught my eye because it said Super Sport on it, and it came with a supercharged V8 engine, which is what's in here. So this car is also finished, and oh, that's interesting. I just realized there's no grill. There's no grill there. It's just straight to the radiator. This one, even though this is an in-game car, I mean, this is a car. This is not a DLC or a mod. This is an in-game car. It feels unfinished. Although, you know what? I'm an idiot. That's where the grill is, right there. It's part of the hood. Yeah. But there were some other things in the fit underneath of it that didn't go together exactly right, and you would expect cars that came with the game to be better than that. But fully upgraded, the car has 1,116 horsepower. It's like 90% more than the standard, and this car is absolutely terrifying to drive. It has race tires on it, but it is essentially uncontrollable with this much power. You'd have to put slick tires on it to really be able to drive it, and it's not even worth that much. Just over 200 grand, I think. Yeah, just over $200,000. And for something like this, I would want a whole lot more money for it, since whoever drives it is going to kill themselves. That's the Honda Prelude we did before. That's still here, and I do still have two Bugatti Chirons in storage that I need to get finished. I meant to get another one out and finish it before doing this, but since I had those other two cars to get done, that kind of threw a monkey wrench in that plan. But let's do the junkyard thing and see what we can find out there. Okay, what is that? It doesn't look... Oh, this is... It just looked weird from that end. But, no, it's not what I... Okay, I give up. What are you? 1971 Dodge Demon. Okay. Yeah, this is a mod I downloaded a while ago, and I've never seen it until now. Okay, that's a... We'll probably do that. But what else is here? That's a Spectre, right? Salem Spectre Fastback. And is this another one of those Panthers? It is. This is the FMW Panther, but it's not the Super Sport version. That looks like a Porsche 944 over there. Yep. And not much else. I don't see anything else. There's like nothing else in here, but actually I'm pretty happy finding that Dodge Demon. That's the first time. This is the first time we found that car. So we definitely want to do that. And it's only 7,400. Call it 7,500. It's only that much. So, and we can put a V8 Hemi in it too. I see that, because this OHV mag is not a very exciting engine. Pardon me. Car value is 5550. So this should be a good one though. All right. Let's get out of here. Okay, so let's get to work on taking this thing apart. It doesn't have a bench. What do you have for interior? Seats and steering wheel. Okay. Look at that back. Look at that plaid rear interior there. That's a real throwback. So much rust, oh my god. Okay, let's see what seats and steering wheel it had. Where are you? Seat CUDA. Steering wheel Bowen, okay. And that's one of those old school wagon wheel steering wheels. India, so this car came from India. Throw the battery on the charger. Getting better at remembering to do that. So let's see what we got. Brake servo, rear bumper. No, I don't have any doors. Or headlights. Mirror. Okay, it's going to be fun figuring out where that goes. Front end. I'm sure I'm missing something, but actually the detail in here is pretty good. Look at the battery there and the clutch and slave cylinder there. When this is cleaned up, it's probably going to look pretty cool. Battery should be done by now. I knew there was a... I think there was a left fender, right? Can't remember. Ah, that's where that goes. It's like that, what was that other car I did? The the race car, the Dodge Dart race car, had that rear left fender that's actually this part right here, like the chin piece that goes under the front bumper. I guess I didn't buy a door. I thought I bought both of the doors. That's a really nice blue. I like that. That's the current color. We may stick with that. Okay, 100% body condition. Whoops. Okay, let's get it cleaned up so we can see what it looks like. I think I'll stick with that blue. I like that color. What's the factory color? Yellow? We'll have to look at it in the paint shop. Definitely changing those wheels though. Okay, middle muffler, rear muffler OHV. And that front pipe was V8C. I know that's not in here. Okay, so we've gone from 7,500 to just about 18,000 at this point. So that's more than twice what we paid for it. That's not too bad at this point. I just said that twice in a row. In the dictionary under redundant, it says see redundant. Okay, so that's the current color. The factory color, no, I like the blue better. Is there anything here? That's not bad. That's pretty good. What's that in the hood, in the scoop? So you know what? I like this a lot. And what would it look like with the yellow? Oh, I like that even more. Boy. I think I'm going to go with this. Yeah, that looks really, really good. I like that a lot. I could fool around with the yellow a little bit, make it more canary yellow, because this is kind of gold, like burnt orange almost. Could make it more yellow, because this is kind of a butterscotch. But I'm liking it a lot. The black stripes stand out better against this color than the blue. A leaf spring rear end, that kind of makes me happy. Oh, the two cars that I did before this were both rear suspension arm rear ends, and that's a lot of work to do when you do two of them at once. I'm still kind of waffling as to which engine to put in here. I mean, it came with the OHV mag, and it's been a little while since I built one of those. But the OHV Hemi is so much better of an engine. Though, I don't know. If I were going to keep it, I think I would definitely put the Hemi in it. I am not, at this point, planning on keeping it. I guess it depends on how it looks when it's finished. Because I wasn't planning on keeping that Prelude either. But I liked it so much when it was done, it's still here. Definitely putting different rims on it, though. And those are the Roadrunner rims, and I don't even use the Roadrunner rims on the Roadrunner. And I love doing Roadrunners. How much is on this engine anyway? It's got both heads, and an intake manifold, alternator, power steering pump. That means it's going to have 8 pistons. I only see one cap there, one cap there. I always look at those to see what's there just to get a gauge of how much I'm going to have to work to take it apart. That FMW Panther Super Sport that was here a minute ago, that car had, all it had in it was the engine block and the crankshaft. And the crankshaft was not repairable, so I had to buy essentially everything new. I mean, that was essentially an engine built from the ground up. The only thing I was able to reuse was the block. And since it only had 2 parts to begin with, I mean, I had to buy everything else. The DB5, on the other hand, I didn't have to buy quite so much. So we'll process through the stuff that we're going to just get rid of. There's 4 of these small bushings. Whoops. I think there's 4 small and 12 large. Yeah. And we'll get rid of the gearbox stuff. That's not going to be repairable, so we'll flush that. Brakes, pads and discs are not repairable. We might repair this and this, but you know what? I'm going to just flush them all. Okay, shock absorber B, that needs to go away. And we'll get... what am I thinking of here? Okay, so everything that's above 20% is potentially repairable. Anything that's less than 20 is a maybe. And if it's in single digits, forget it. It's not worth even trying. Let's see here. Rear axle knuckle housing B. Leaf spring drive axle at 10%. Probably not going to get that back. All the sway bar parts are B. Okay, that means these can go away. These tires are all 215, 65, 15. No, nothing from here, I don't think. Though that might not look bad right there, if it was chrome. I am kind of thinking about this right here, chromed. So we need to just make a stab at repairing stuff now, see what we get. I only saw a couple of things fail. Leaf spring, both front steering knuckles. I hope I bought two of those. Suddenly I'm not sure. Yeah, I have two of them. For a second there, I was a little bit worried. Okay, we'll get to see what those look like. I'm gonna have to... I should go ahead and yank the engine now, too. That's not where I want that to go. Yeah, I think that's going to look alright. I was a little bit concerned about how those would look chrome, but I think they're going to be okay. A lot of times when you mount a tire over here, when you've chromed the rim, it looks dirty. I mean, it looks dirty, like it's covered with handprints and fingerprints, but it never looks like that when it's actually on the car. 235, 65, 15, 235. Oh, you bugger. The back is 235 and the front is 215. But I misread that pretty good. $235, 65, 15. That means I need to dismount two of these. I'm going to get rid of you and you so I don't accidentally mix you guys up. I guess it won't let me separate a tire. Oh, it will. Boy, it didn't want to come off there. Okay, so now 215, 65, 15 on two wheels. That makes more sense anyway, to have wider tires on the back than on the front. Okay, I'm just going to wait for this to finish. Actually, I'll probably put the last one on and then go get to work. Because it'll be done before I get very far in here anyway. Yeah, you can see over there that it's finished. It always seems like it gets done faster if I walk away from it. Yeah, I think that looks all right. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. It'll look different when it's outside in the sunlight too. Okay, now we can put it down on the ground, see what it looks like. Well, not all the way down, but yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. I really like these scoops in the hood too. It looks cool. I'm pretty pleased with how it looks at this point. How much are we worth now? 23,000. Only paid 7,500 in the junkyard. So that's like 3 times 8. Well, if we make it 8,000, we're over like 3 times as much as we paid at this point, and it's not even a drivable car yet. I mean, you could sit in it and go vroom vroom, but that's it. I think I am going to go ahead and do this engine just to see what it's like with the engine that it came with. We are, of course, going to upgrade everything. Of course, it has push rods, but it looks like it has the mounts for a rocker arm assembly rather than a bunch of individual rocker arms, which is always good. It's the one thing I still find horrendously tedious is screwing in 16 sets of rocker arms. There was a cap on that one, I didn't see it. So these are normal pistons, they're not Hemi pistons. Sometimes it'll trip you up if you are, because the V8 OHVC stuff, the yellow parts for the V8, is also used in the Hemi engine. But don't buy V8 OHVC pistons unless you see it for sure. I want to buy the camshaft because I know that that was the right one. Let's see. Belt, timing chain. Pretty sure that was V8F. And V8 OHVC belt. F push rods, so we need 16 of these. And what does that get us to? I'll go ahead and flush the ignition stuff because I'm going to buy new stuff. And there weren't any clips, so I need to make sure to buy those now. I'll bet this thing has a coil too, I'm not sure. And which, does it use the V8 OHVH wires or the V8 wires? I don't know. Pulley, OHV pulley, water pump pulley. V8 cam gear. Got to get the V8F transmission as well here. Because I repaired that right there. But I always try to repair the old transmissions. Because 900 bucks for a repaired one is better than 30 bucks, you know, for scrap value. I6B and pump F. Okay, those arms are not repairable, so we'll get those. Now, I'm not sure, let's see, V8 OHVD. Yeah, this is the one where there aren't performance parts for this, for the heads and the intake manifold. I think the exhaust manifold is D. We're down to the stuff that we're going to try to repair, so let's see what happens here. I think we got everything but no, we didn't get that head. Didn't get the timing cover. Head A, V8D. Yep, there's a coil right there. I was just thinking, too, I didn't get the oil filter, but it's good because that is the yellow V8 oil filter, not the black OHV filter. And there is a yellow OHVC oil pan, too. I imagine this is going to use that. I guess we'll just wait till we're sure. And which fan do you want? Fan B. I like that you can see the camshaft in there. And if you were to assemble this with the, I always assemble it from the bottom up. But if you were to assemble it the other way, put the heads on it and put the push rods in, you'd be able to see, excuse me, the push rods protruding all the way down there. Got a little bit of a frog in my throat there. And I ran out of beverage, too, before I started this, which was probably a mistake. Yeah, it does want oil pan C. I should have known. I like how too when you install the oil pan, there's a hole for the oil sump bolt when you put it in, but when you bolt it down, the oil sump bolt appears right there. And that always kind of amuses me. I think I have the intake manifold, as I think I was able to repair that. And it's gonna be... yeah, I got the right exhaust manifold. Don't know which rocker arm it needs. Did I not buy spark plugs? I didn't. It would seem like something you'd think about ahead of time. And actually, because these wires are going out the side, it's probably going to be V8D. Or rather, there's a wires V8, but I'm not sure the wires V8 is going to be the one that this is going to use, because the ignition, the distributor is canted off to the side, you see there. And the wires V8 goes straight up the top. What is that, V8D? Yep. I suppose that follows that the rocker arm would also be V8D. And which carburetor? V8F? I'm grateful that it is a rocker arm assembly. That is really easy to put in. This is a lot less tedious than individually bolting all those things down. Okay, so air filter F, head cover D. I should have specified, well, it's yellow, actually. I was going to say I should have specified V8, but they're yellow ones. That makes it pretty easy. And actually, I think the cover is going to be D. Because it's air filter base F. And what filter is that? Is it F also? See, that's wires V8D. There's not a performance wires V8D. V8F air filter. Oh, there isn't one of these either. See, this is why I prefer to build the Hemi engine, because these, on the Hemi engine, the heads and the manifolds, all performance bits. And this engine, of course, only has one carburetor. Doesn't have Hemi pistons, so it doesn't develop as much power as the Hemi does. Is this the one? Yeah, I'm gonna need those little stub pipes that go from the manifold to the exhaust. I'm gonna need a starter as well because I know I didn't buy one. Bah! And okay, what is that? Front exhaust section V8D. Oh good, at least we can get these performance pipes. Since we couldn't get it for this pipe V8C. Okay, that should actually 100% it. Yep, 100% done. And we put oil in it so we can test it now. $361. Call it, let's say, 540. Not too bad. Better than I thought it would be. But I was still pretty close. I don't know if these seats are the right seats. I don't know if these seats are right for this. They don't match the interior upholstery. And I have a feeling that they're sitting a little bit too far forward. Well, at least we're not jammed into the head covering, whatever you call the inside of the roof, the ceiling. And it's super old school. Look at that, it's got an automatic transmission even. There's no clutch down there. This is like 1971 or something, I'm not sure. Did it say? Of course it did, 1971, yep. Alright, let's see what she can do. Okay, so let's see what it looks like outside. You know, the color could stand to be brighter. It's really kind of darker than I thought it would be. I mean, I'm still reasonably pleased with it, but I think it would be better if it were like a canary yellow rather than however you would describe this. I still think it's kind of like a dark butterscotch. I do like the accent though with the black stripes and the black on the hood. I think it looks pretty good. Let's see what kind of power it has. The car has a great big butt. I mean, look at from the rear end. It's all trunk. It's tracking really straight too. That's impressive. We might be. I don't think we're drifting at all. But just a little bit to the right. And we've topped out at 152. Yeah, it would definitely go faster if I messed with the gears, but I'm not going to. Alright, yeah. Definitely works. Okay, cool. So, I have been studiously avoiding looking at the value because I want to see how much it is. Remember Remember that we paid $7,500 for it in the garage, in the junkyard, and it is now worth 49,000. Yeah, almost 49,000, short by like 12 bucks. So that's not terrible. I don't know. I actually don't know anything about this car in particular. I'm not aware that they're particularly desirable on the collector's market. Though I think at this point, any 70s, late 60s, early 70s muscle car probably brings in a premium price at this point, because it's what, 40 years. Well, more than that, got to be 50 plus since their heyday. And any of these cars that's well done, completely restored and updated, probably sells for a pretty penny. I want to look in the trunk. Look at that plaid again. And look at that. They even modeled the inside of the seat. You can see the springs and the padding. That's old school stuff. This trunk is so big, it's unreal. You could like put a whole family in there. Is that the gas fill? It is. That's the gas cap, and there's the pipe to the tank. Okay, it's pretty good. The mod is well done. It goes together well, and everything fits right. Have no complaints about it as far as that goes. I would like it to be worth more money, but that's fine. I don't think I'm going to keep this one. I might keep another one at some point, but this one I just want to sell to see, I want to sell it to say that I did, mainly. If I ever find another one, I might end up keeping one. But this one I'm going to go ahead and sell off. 49,000. All right. Of course, I already sold $1.25 million worth of cars already today, so it's not a big deal. Kind of like the Christmas tree and the way the lights kind of shimmer as you move around it. Well, anyway, that'll wrap this one up and leave us looking at the Christmas tree. That will wrap this one up. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again here for our next Junkyard adventure. I hope everybody is having a happy holiday season, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. So on that note, bye for now.